Welcome to the Nameless Voices podcast. This is episode number 25, and we are finally live on Twitch.
You're expecting a reaction or something?
I was expecting something.
Now it's
Really?
40.
Okay,
Now it's 40% more tuner monsters.
My name's Nanashi. I'll be your host for the evening, and I apologize in advance for whatever this show is going to be. Joining us tonight, we have a menagerie of personalities. He brings the Unga Bunga to gaming. It's Kenny the Caveman.
And right back on time. I'm that good at timing, everyone. How's everyone doing?
We have our fellow furry Yugi tuber, Mr. Rory Calcos.
And this is where I put my tombstone for Mystic Mine. It's so games one.
Coming back for a repeat performance, it's Raven.
Hi, how are you? I don't have anything funny to say, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
You're perfectly fine. We have our token salad player, Reborn.
Now with 30% more veggies and hot fire.
And we have every Yu-Gi-Oh player's worst nightmare by name, Tim Brick.
I am the brick that holds up that house of cards you play as a deck.
And yes, Goose, we all agree, Missing Mine must fail eventually.
It will fall.
No, Mystic Mine's forever. Let it stay.
Oh, boy.
I hate how that might be true.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah,
Konami
sadly,
never does anything.
sadly.
Okay, so first things first, how's everyone doing today?
So far, so good. I managed to. I'm currently testing Gradius of all things right now. I hear y'all governors talk about it so much. Although I went on a different route with it. It's more tokeny.
Oh,
Does
so
that
you're
make
going for
sense?
the brawler token spam.
Interesting.
Yes, because I'm gonna be running some token stampede. And
Token Stampede based.
Absolute.
yes.
Yeah.
And
I mean...
some number of cannon soldier. Just
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
just
jeez.
make a bunch of tokens, and then
Oh.
just cannon soldier just yeet.
No, please don't. Don't do
Oh,
this.
God.
Don't do this. Don't do this now.
This
God.
token FTK featuring Cannon
more
Soldier.
reason to ban Cannon Soldier.
Indeed.
More reason.
Absolutely.
I'm amazed that I'm not tired at the moment, considering that I had an overtime shift this morning at 7 a.m. and I got up just after 5 o'clock.
Ooh. I feel you.
So the
I
fact
know
that I
that
am
feel.
not shattered is extraordinary.
I'm going to start messaging you in the morning now, Mr. Rory Calcos.
The
For me...
melt?
Worked my regular shift today. Worked at midnight. Got to get it in. Lifting heavy. I was lifting heavy objects for the X. Making sure we get the products on the trucks and they're ready to go. Then I made the adult decision to say, fuck, I gotta do stuff today, like the podcast, because I didn't want to be super sleepy. Plus, I needed to hang out with a friend who also plays Yu-Gi-Oh!, who also makes art. The thing we call First Friday, where I reside. He has a booth set up, chill with him, and then probably go back and play some card games. And I gotta go back to work the next day because I need to make up my hours. So I'm having a good day.
Actually, slight update. Just at the end of last month, I was able to finally get myself a commission, even a fursuit.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I
Really?
saw your progress
Oh,
on that.
Lord.
Yep.
No. No!
Someone's not happy.
No!
The agony is being heard now.
Listen, Kenny, I'm gonna be real with you. Fursuit designers make like over 3K a month from commissions
They do.
alone.
I
They
heard.
really do.
If I had the
They do.
artistic talent, I would happily slave away making fursuits if I'm making that kind of dough.
I mean, honestly,
No.
I made my own for a couple of $100. It's not like top tier quality, but it looked wearable at least.
I only say this now because I'm loved by the furries, and I literally said as a joke, if I ever got big on YouTube, a 500K special, we're going to the biggest furry convention in the world. No one's going to remember these saying this stuff, so it's fine. Unless people here remember.
Now that you say that,
Okay.
there was this little fun idea I had where if there was ever a furry convention around where I live, I would purchase Plague Doctor attire from like a Halloween store or something. Carry around a little spray bottle called anti-horny spray, and then go to the furry convention.
Yes!
Spray
Yes!
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yes, it
That's
is.
actually a great idea.
That's a fun
I
idea.
No, I said the day I actually wear a fursuit, I'm going to play Great Nature. You could hold me to this.
Well, if you don't want to talk about it, feel free not to, but I do have the list of upcoming conventions. What state are you even in?
Tim, for Raven or me?
Tim.
Me, I'm good. I don't want the information.
I know, I'm not
exposed
saying
to
now.
anything
I'm
to
just saying
myself
like
right now.
I'm just saying like there might come a day where a convention comes up in your area and you might finally get to, live your dream.
My dream is to just
Maybe
be
after
there.
the show I will
Experience.
expose myself to you, but like
Live
right
my
now,
dream
no.
of becoming
That's
an
fine.
actual plague doctor and spraying furries with the anti-horny spray.
I think we
I'll
may
be
have
there
already
with
gotten
you,
a show
Raven.
title out of this one.
Might also get like a little pool noodle and call it the bonk stick.
You wouldn't be the
Stay
first.
away- I would just go
No.
in there,
Last.
ready to
Or-
just talk to the people.
Or better yet, you get some nunchucks and call them the anti-horny chaku.
That could work
Horny
too.
Chaku?
That
That
could
could work
work
too.
too.
Behold, the ancient ninjutsu arts of anti-horny.
At this point, we took the ship and sailed. This is terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, we all love everyone here. If you're part of the LGBT plus community, the furry, any community, we love you all. We all know there's bad apples in this world. But we also
Oh,
know there's majority good people.
Goose
That's what I
is
like.
calling you out, Raven. Apparently you make people horny.
Raven,
Wait,
you're making
wait,
people
do-
horny.
Wait, do I?
According to Goose.
Does he?
Goose.
Hold on.
Goose.
Hold the fuck up.
Oh,
You wanna elaborate, mister?
Well, while we're waiting for Goose to get back to us on that, let's start moving into some topics. I got a few random things to talk about here. First off, did you guys hear about the GTA 6 thing that happened where they released stuff?
Wait, what GTA?
What do you mean by like the leaks?
Yeah, the leaks.
Yeah, there were
Is
apparently
Rockstar in
leaks to the
trouble
game.
again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently
no,
somebody
what
managed
did
to get
they do?
like a ton of stuff about GTA 6 and leaked it out publicly.
No,
And
actually, I heard about this. I've heard about this. It was the same person who hacked, I think, Uber.
oh yeah, the guy hacked Uber too before that. That was hilarious.
Really?
Yes.
Some people
Yes, it was
live
the
to
same
watch
person.
the world burn, I
Huh?
guess.
Goose said, "Remember, Mommy Raven." Hold on, what?
Excuse
So it is the goose from my. Yeah, it's a long and weird story. Let's just say, in the server I come from, there's a series called Discord Out of Context. And there was a
yeah.
section of the video where people were jokingly calling me Mommy Raven, and that became an inside joke for a bit. But it always it dies one day, then someone brings it back. I have to kill that bitch again.
No, I'm just concerned. You
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
dummy mommy energy. That's what you're telling us?
Apparently, I didn't ask for it, but it was forced onto me.
You have given the power of the dummy mommy. Use it
Apparently,
right, justly.
apparently, the likes of Mommy Vampire from Resident Evil 8 doesn't have shit on me.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
I am
on.
slightly
hold
curious.
up.
Hold on. Lady
Listen,
Democrats is my wife.
Hold up. This is so
I never asked for this, by the way.
Lady
I
Democrats
doubt-
is my
no.
wife. I'll take that challenge. I take that as a threat. Hold on.
Hey, I will happily forfeit that battle. This is a title I never asked for.
Uh,
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on from that weird ass topic. What else did you have, Nanashi?
Well, we also did. Everybody see the new Mario movie trailer?
No,
Yeah,
I don't want
what
to see
have
it.
I
I don't
got
want
to
to see
do
it.
to
Yes.
say?
I saw it. It looks good.
The shit actually looks good.
Yeah, I'm honestly amazed
Yeah.
too.
Jack Black did an amazing job as Bowser. If
Yeah.
I had not checked the
Yeah.
cast first, I wouldn't have thought it was Jack Black.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
forgot how versatile he was.
yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Man of
Totally
multiple
caught me by
talents.
surprise. I mean, you'd think you'd never have thought that it was made by Illumination of all people.
The
Actually, yeah, that's the surprising
yeah,
part.
That was amazing. They
Illumination.
did a great job animation-wise too. They captured everyone perfectly so far. I think the only issue that I have with the entire movie is that they made Chris Pratt Mario because in his attempt to sound like Mario, he made himself sound like the wife from Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah.
Linda?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really? I don't care.
Dude.
Really?
I advise you to look it up. It's real. Somebody already animated it too, which is what made me realize it.
No, you
No
know what?
way,
You know
oh
what
my
I was.
God.
You know what I was thinking Chris Pratt sounded like?
What?
Andy Andy from Parks and Rec. I watch too much Parks and Rec.
I've actually never seen that one yet. It's on my list.
Me neither. I've never seen it either.
Me neither. Either.
I have to watch.
even
I
heard
still have
of
to
it
watch
now.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I'm not even gonna watch that.
Like I have to go see Cyberpunk. The words are hard.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I
Uh,
have to go see that.
now here's one that kind of bugs me. Did you hear that Smokey the Bear is finally retiring after 80 years?
He's
I don't get.
Yes.
I don't get that. That doesn't
Yes,
make sense.
It
I
doesn't
mean-
make sense to me either. Smokey the Bear is an icon.
He's an
Yeah,
icon,
like-
but I get the feeling they want to like diversify things, maybe like pass down the mantle.
Yeah,
To
but they
a cub?
kind of went the
I mean,
wrong
Why
way
though?
about it.
I like Smokey Bear as much as the next person, and I like that he had so much of an influence that even the likes
And-
of the Addams family, who loves destruction and chaos, followed his example. But am curious to see what they will do with Ember Fox.
Yeah,
know,
they
I like
replaced him
Smokey
with
Bear.
Ember the Fox, and
Because we got a complete lore for Smokey Bear, and how he came to be, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious how they'll tie Ember Fox into the Smokey lore.
they probably
maybe
won't.
They probably
maybe
won't.
They won't.
either
Now,
they'll get so much backlash they'll back off of the idea, or they'll go like full Batman Beyond. Smokey Bear needs a new predecessor.
Yeah, but
Mm.
the thing is, I really doubt they're gonna pull a new Warriors with Amber Fox.
And
But
yeah, unfortunately, within minutes of it being announced, there was already porn of it.
Well,
Yeah.
then again,
Wait,
are
wait,
we
wait, what?
surprised?
Yeah,
Listen,
you're gonna want to look that up.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised given that R34 artists are scarily fast. It's
Mhm.
almost like they're
Why-
waiting. It's almost like
faster
they're
than light.
hiding in someone's walls, just waiting. They're
Why
at the
can't we just have
wildlife
clear
place, hiding
distance,
in their
bro?
walls, and they're like, "Oh,
Why?
we introduced Ember Fox. Oh, wildlife preservation, the Wildfire Association. They made a new character. Time to draw porn of it, fellas."
No, why can't we
Yeah.
just let things be pure? Damn it! Why can't
I
we just let it be natural?
No.
Be
Because
low and
humanity. Because
Why?
Well,
humanity.
If you want
Indeed.
that, go to Overwatch 2. Like their new character, like I don't know, some fox girl, nothing, barely any art of her.
I love how they created this vast array of characters from all lands and all ethnicities, but they make the 3 from Japan into freaking ninjas that can all wall climb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really absurd. It's
I
like,
mean,
oh,
They
I
try
mean,
so
did,
hard.
They did make the token. They did make one of the black characters like his attacks are based around pop and hip hop music, which is a stereotype.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
And yes, Smokey the Bear will be missed.
he will.
Now,
will.
Yeah,
They-
better slogan.
Can't do it. I might have to just kill everyone's eardrums right there during that.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm just okay. Here's my hot take of the day. Why in this world we live in, when something comes out, why do we need to draw porn of the goddamn thing?
We're
just
all
gonna say
horny
this.
bastards.
I evolved from a goddamn sea thing for this shit, damn it. And we were just gonna draw. I didn't think, oh man, that tree, when I was a caveman, it smacks.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
And
listen.
I'm a robot.
I lived through the bubonic plague for this bullshit, and even now I see
Same.
people sexualizing plague doctors.
You know, that one's
robot.
okay. Plague doctors, I'm sorry,
We've
Ravens.
seen
Plague doctors
years.
are hot.
You know how many images of femboy plague doctors I've seen? I
Yes.
don't like it.
A good amount.
Dude, I'm a machine. I see that constantly. It's horrifying.
You know what? I'm not everyone knows me. If you're a femboy and you're attractive, that's just hot. A femboy plague doctor sounds pretty hot. I ain't gonna lie.
The reason I hate it is because some people in the Discord will literally pull up said images and ask, "Hey Raven, is this you?" And I'm like,
No.
You asshole! Not every plague doctor you see on the internet is me."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
give it
that's-
time. You'll be the only plague doctor left.
Okay. I know that not a lot of people know about this, but I am going to go ahead and move forward. Otherwise, we're going to be looping on this forever.
Sure.
I know not a lot of you are familiar with this, but I've gone on about my fascination with Meowth locations, including Omega Mart and Convergence Station and the House of Eternal Return. They are artistic museum pieces, basically. They are incredibly immersive, and they are wonderful if you want to simulate the idea of getting high without actually doing it.
Oh yeah,
Where's these at?
You showed me plenty of images about that.
Goose, there is actually a playlist I can link in the chat a little later if you're interested in looking it up later. But one of the
I
locations
would like
is
to look this up.
Omega Mart is in Las Vegas, Nevada. House of Eternal Return is in New Mexico, and Convergence Station is in Denver, Colorado. And they've announced a fourth location.
Please
tell me
Arizona.
in New York.
Arizona. Come
New
on.
York.
Unfortunately, it's in Texas.
Damn it.
No, meld.
Damn.
I guess.
And
I'm
peop-
not really one judge. I don't know.
a lot of people are already unhappy about that because people just don't seem to like Texas.
I mean, I don't blame
Texas.
them. Have you seen Texas's laws and standards?
I'd rather not go into it, but the short answer is yes. Oh, hey!
I don't want to like bring up a political discussion anyway, especially here where we're trying to have fun discussing topics.
But I
Well,
think
you
we
guys
can all
are-
agree that Texas is a little bit unpleasant. That's
Yeah,
about as polite as we can be.
Yeah, let's
Just take that. Just take that.
But if
Yeah,
you're
let's just
curious,
leave it at
Goose.
that.
But if you are curious, Goose, supposedly it's going to be in a place called Grapevine, Texas, if that means anything. Ah. Well, I'll keep that in mind. I did have a few other random things to talk about, but they weren't really all that interesting. Apparently, I think it's Hulu is getting a remake of... what's that movie about the guy who is like a torture demon with all the pins in his head? Pinhead?
Pinhead, yeah.
Well,
Hellraiser.
he's not a demon.
Hellraiser,
he's like
yes. Apparently...
he's a Cenobite.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's actually what is called a Cenobite, who are like interdimensional beings. And as according to the film, some see us as demons, others see us as angels. No one knows what they are. That's what I love about the atmosphere.
Well, apparently,
What are you?
Hulu, I think it is, got permission to create a new TV series about it.
Ooh.
And I've
I
seen
think
some of the visuals and the introductory steps for it. It's terrifying, but it's fascinating at how good it looks. I would recommend if you get a chance, look up Hellraiser.
Yeah, I think I know what
I
you're
mean,
talking
I've
about
only
because
seen
I've
stuff from
seen
it involving dead meat from Dead Meat.
James A. Janice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nanashi, I've seen the trailer for it. I've seen people complaining about why they changed Pinhead into a woman, and
Wait, they did?
I'm just like the Cenobites. They're like ambiguous. They can be whatever they want. They don't have a discernible gender, to be honest.
Well, I will say that as far as my recollection goes, Pinhead has always been a dude, but you are correct. I don't think they ever explicitly stated anywhere that he was. Or if they have, it clearly didn't stick. But in any case, the series or movie or whatever it is that they're coming out with, I couldn't quite tell, looks terrifyingly good. And
especially the chain hook scene after they solved the puzzle box.
Oh boy. You know shit's gonna get real when you see that first. Although they did change something about the puzzle box that kind of bugs me. Apparently, if you solve the puzzle box, a blade jabs out and sticks you in the hand, takes some of your blood, and that's what summons them or something. It doesn't make a lot of sense. As far as I'm aware, that's not a thing.
What was the thing?
That's a newer addition from what I know, because you just, in the originals, if you solve the puzzle box, you just open a portal to the realm of the Cenobites.
Right.
And you're offered as sacrifice.
But apparently it needs some of your blood?
I feel like, I will admit, they could have kept the original, but I feel like if they literally made it, oh, you need, like, mortal blood to call upon the Cenobites, that's why they have the blade attached there. I feel like it makes a new, interesting approach, adds a bit more to, like, the Cenobites and what they're actually after.
That makes sense. Okay, I think we've... Go ahead.
I always found the Cenobites to... They always confused me rather than scared me. That's probably why I've never been...
Playing Dead by Daylight, I can understand that, you know?
Well,
like,
I think...
There are some dudes in Dead by Daylight that legitimately scare me.
That's fair.
Not Huntress. After Dead by Deadly Dating App. Huntress, I'm like, come after me! I'm ready! Anyways,
Huntress probably hasn't had a bath in centuries, though.
Hey, we'll just go through. We gotta go through like a freshwater spring. See what happens.
You need to go through a car wash for her.
Hey, should she gonna chase you through a car wash? I don't think she would.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Behold, Huntress, my ultimate trap to clean your dusty ass.
Dude. Okay, I think now is probably a good time to start delving into the card games, but we're not going to start with the Yu-Gi-Oh! We've got other card game topics that we should probably get through, especially since Ori didn't get a chance to talk about Digimon last time, and if I recall correctly, you had something you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Japan actually recently updated their own banned and restricted list.
Yeah.
And it's taken effect, I think at the start of October?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so they have the same changes from the English version. Last time I believe it was Tommy Heaney and Jet Sylphimon both being restricted to 1 copy per deck.
Oof.
But then they have an additional card added to there that it's been restricted to 1 copy. That being Dol Greymon from BT7, which hilariously enough is not actually a Greymon card because translations suck. It's more like a Accept Frog the Jam. Think of it like that.
Oh.
Okay, so a Dusktopia situation.
Pretty much, I guess. So anyway, the effect of Dol Greymon is, when digivolving, you may place 1 black card with X antibody in its traits from your hand at the bottom of this card, Digimon's Digievolution cards, to prevent effects from deleting it or reducing its DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. And its inherited skill is, your turn, while this Digimon has X antibody in its trait, it gains security attack +1. I think it was this card in particular, but I think it's just a general nerf to the X antibody deck, which is basically one of the best decks going on right now. I think that's why this was restricted to 1.
Could be. That makes sense.
And in terms of releases, this month we have the starter decks for Jessmon and Ragnar Lordmon coming up on the 14th, so next week. The 10th main set, being Cross Encounters, has actually been delayed by 1 week, I believe, to the 21st. Though their UK releases are subject to change.
That makes sense.
We have also got some. We've also got some other products, such as a new starter deck coming out in Japan at the start of December, I believe. In fact, coming out soon for Beelzemon. They've been gradually releasing a lot of leaks and reveals for it, and from what I've seen, it's looking to be very good. Again, I'm not sure, I don't know when the release is yet, but they've also been doing reveals for the 11th main set. Hold on, I need to
double check on that.
Yeah, BT11.
Well, Goose says that they might get the Chessmon deck, but they're not sure about Lordermon. And Beelzemon is best anti-hero Digimon.
Yeah, Boosted Dimensional Phase. The 11th main set is out now in Japan, and the English release is set to be on February 17th next year. So I think that might be nearer time for a update to their restricted and banned list, because I think from the looks of it, they update it on a semi-annual basis. Additionally, the third expansion set, Draconic Roar, is still set to be released on November 11th. And they've also been, they've also announced the 2 new sets, Booster Across Time, the 12th main set, and extra set 4, Alternative Being, though we have no info on either of them. And that's the news that I currently have for the Digimon card game.
That's fair. And how's the card game treating you, by the way? I'm sure it's a vastly different experience from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Absolutely. I've been experimenting a lot with other decks. I've actually been experimenting with one of the new decks coming out in BT11 for Galactic Mon. It feels a lot like D-Reaper in a sense, but it's not quite as boring because you actually have a boss monster that's legitimately scary.
I can imagine.
And instead of being an OTK machine, it's a slow burn.
Why burn? Come on. Whose idea? Who invented burn? Who invented burn? I'm finding that.
Slowly just chips away at the opponent's security stack, which is very dangerous.
I see.
Whoever invented burn, I'm fine. I'm going to fight you. Whoever it was, just let me know. We can end this now. You and me on top of a tower during the rain of a thunderstorm. Whoever knows what I'm referencing, you get it. That's how we're going to end this battle.
I'm sure. So I remember hearing some news about Pokemon recently where they're releasing a new game. We've been getting some slow leaks about some of the new Pokemon. The only one that I've been seeing a lot of lately is the one that looks like a walking suit of armor and the one that looks like a white Diglett.
Oh yeah,
it's Wiglet.
Wiglet. And also a new evolution to Girafarig.
Oh, they finally gave it an evolution.
Yeah,
it looks weird as hell.
Spaceman.
What'd they do? Put it on 2 legs, give it a suit, and put both of its head and neck or something?
No, its head becomes its head. It binds.
Huh.
Yeah,
I might have to look into that.
You have to look into it.
I'll have to now.
Funny. Cool.
But other than that, I can't really think of anything Pokemon related to mention. Now, I don't play Magic, but I have a roommate who does, and I got a couple of pieces of information. One, apparently they're getting ready to include a Transformers expansion.
Oh, we
I
just
heard
had a
about that.
40K. We just had a 40K. Now we're going to Transformers. Can we do a Yu-Gi-Oh one after that? That'd be funny.
I think that'd be
I'm
hilarious.
curious, How are
And
they
yes,
gonna
I'm talking
tie,
Magic.
How are they gonna
Oh,
tie
we lost someone.
Transformers into the world of Magic
Oh.
the Gathering?
We lost Phoenix.
Yeah, we
Oh,
lost
Reborn.
Reborn.
Rip.
He'll be back.
Yeah,
he
he'll be
always comes
back.
back.
You always come back.
They did just have a 40K expansion for Magic though, like with 40K cards. And now if
That's
they're
okay.
gonna go to Transformer, I have to say, come on, Magic, Wizards of the Coast, you should do it. Just put Yu-Gi-Oh together. Konami Yu-Gi-Oh doing the ultimate crossover. That would break the world. Joey Wheeler in Magic the Gathering, he's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and punch this big ass monster.
Okay, now
Sure,
hang on a second. Goose just mentioned something to me that I was unaware of. They have a Doctor Who set coming next year.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
That is
Nerd.
awesome. That actually might be something that gets me into Magic the Gathering.
But which Doctor Who? That's a real question. Which
Yes,
one?
it is.
Ooh.
And
There's
welcome
so
back,
much-
Reborn.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, my thing cut off on me.
It's perfectly fine, man. Welcome
You're
back.
good, fam. We
Yeah.
missed you.
Yeah, because one thing I definitely wanted to bring up with the Vanguard news was in V Premium, a deck that I was intending to do surprisingly topped Armor Break.
Ooh.
Armor Break essentially turns into starve. You counterblast starve them until they're at 3 damage. Once they hit 3, drop Armor Break, and if they look at you funny, they die.
Wow.
Wow.
That's actually kind of terrifying.
Indeed.
Because the counterblast 3 is going to give him 10k crit 4. Crit 3. Crit 4 if you're lucky.
Considering this is a game where every critical can do a point of damage and you lose at 6, that's actually kind of scary.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's not
It-
fair. Magic's fun, but
And he just has another random thing as if I'm at 4 damage, no PGs, which means hard guard or die.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
A lot of the twos, you're probably gonna run the tonic stinger, and a lot of the twos in the deck are just going to clear out boosters or move stuff up so that you can eventually go in for Armor Break's murder. Also, one of the big reasons I think Armor Break is becoming the deck, you're seeing a lot of Oxo clans, and it says for every open slot in the front row. Oxo circles become open slots in the front row,
That's scary.
which means against that, it's under the same logic as why Gauntlet Buster is Oxo hate. Is against the Oxo clan, it doesn't even matter that you're at 3. I touch you, you die.
Indeed.
I breathe. The only deck that doesn't need to worry about this is Luard, because Luard.
Of course, yeah.
Because I really doubt most of y'all has had to face the bullshit. I get plus 10,000 for breathing Luard.
No, even when I used to play Vanguard back in the day before the most recent iteration, I never had to deal with anything that necessarily terrifying. By the way, Goose chipped in that they're building a Royal Paladin deck, but they have a Bruce deck in Overdress and they're loving it.
Bruce is legit fun. You're probably gonna get something new in the DBT09, but we also are getting, because we're also getting a Chronojet stride list for overdress, and
Oh,
we're also getting not just Chronojet, but also Messiah
Hmm.
with Alter Ego being the cover card, and I'm like,
that
this
sounds nice.
this might be a thing. As I think the stride sets are probably going to have the Vanguard at 11K, which I don't know how to feel about that. Um, and the next encounter is going to be Maelstrom and Lukier. Maelstrom is probably going to be back to just tell Flagberg, yo, I'm gonna teach you how it's done. Teach you how five. I'm gonna teach you how 5 attacks are done. I'm hoping that it's the V version of Maelstrom, because I find it I'm actually one of the few people that finds the V version of Maelstrom more threatening than the original one. Um, Although I still am waiting for Kaiser. I'm still waiting for Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion to be in overdress.
Okay.
Um, all I would just want Vermilion. I don't care what else it does. Just I punch front row. That's all
That's
you. That's all you really need me to just say. All right, I'm sold. It's a Thunder Dragon. I'm sold.
that's
Fair
fair.
enough.
Because even if you say I punched the front row, that would make Nirvana shit its bricks.
Hmm.
Just because they'll near guaranteed they're going to lose X overdress every turn, and that would make Bruce shit its bricks.
I imagine so. But you know, it's funny. I was actually going to let you talk about Vanguard when I was done talking about Magic, because I did have one other thing I wanted to mention.
Oh crap! Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. When you're doing a podcast with multiple people, of course you're just going to talk over each other by sheer accident. I just don't mind it too much happening to me. The other thing I was going to bring up for Magic is that they apparently the Wizards of the Coast did something incredibly upsetting to their community. They released a proxy box where it comes with 4 packs that each have proxy cards that are not allowed in legitimate legal play, and they're charging $1,000 a box.
Good grief.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what
the
I
That's
said.
Beg your
hell?
pardon?
I don't think I even have the full
Excuse me?
story on that, but if anybody else in the chat knows about that, please feel free to contribute. Yeah, almost $1,000 for proxies, and it's I think it's 4 packs in a box. You don't even get a guarantee on what cards you're getting.
Hold up. Say what?
Yeah, there's no guarantee. I know for a fact that that proxy box apparently has like a proxy of what was it, Black Lotus or whatever that really powerful draw card is. But apparently it's 4 packs, and you're not guaranteed to get every card in those packs. It's a chance, just like any other pack. At least that's what I understand.
Dang.
I mean, that just sounds straight unfair. We've had instances in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where piano solo stops. Thank you.
Oh God! Don't bring up the memories.
But
Like,
Mm-hmm.
did you have any?
No. I was ready to go on a very spiel of, okay, if you charge me $1,000 for a box, and you tell me that in that box there's some cards I can't even play, We might have. I'm gonna have issues of content. Like that shouldn't be 1,000. That should just be regular. How much a box should be then? $80. I'll be cool with that. Maybe 110.
It should be less than, like,
Indeed.
Dude,
30.
that's like that sounds like a $10 box at best to me.
It really does. And
They still want money. That's the thing. I can't argue. That's why I said 80 to 100 range. Just because it's still they need their money. But excuse me. But God, Jesus, come on now. Hey, there's cards you can't even play. Why do I want this then? Because you like cards. You like collecting cards, right?
Now, to be fair, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has cards that you're not allowed to use in legalized play either. They're mostly just for show. But they're usually tournament prizes or prizes in a special box. They're not... They don't just make a pack of cards that are all designed to not be used. That's just blatantly stupid.
Here's the like in the 4th Legendary Collection, they had that one trap card that was used in the anime by Merrick.
Card of Last Will?
Card of Last Will. If a monster you control has its attack reduced to 0, you draw until you have 5 cards.
Yeah.
Or even in the 1st Legendary Collection where they proxied the Egyptian god cards before they actually made legal versions of them. They were just for collection purposes.
And honestly, that's perfectly fine because they didn't make an entire booster pack set out of them and charge us $1,000 a box for stuff we can't even play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has not done that yet, and I applaud them for that one.
If they're gonna do it next year, no, just for that, they're gonna say, you know what? I raise you a beer, and I'll make a whole box where none of the cards are allowed to be played.
Ah, crap! I enacted Rule 0.
No, it's gonna be all the banned cards.
Format already, aren't we?
Well, if you want a booster box like that, just go to wish.com.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, where 90% of their product are fakes.
Exactly. You can't play any of those
Wish.com,
cards,
everybody.
Counterfeit.
Now, Reborn, did you have anything else you wanted to talk Vanguard? Because I want to talk Vice when you're done.
Yeah. I'm like, could we get Monster Box already? I just kind of like I love the concept of Monster Box. It's literally just Paladin Gacha. If you know, like you're literally playing Russian roulette with what's in the box. And
What's in the box?
Because they also ended up making a Stargate version of this, where Galactic Heroes, which is literally just gacha with a taste of with a side dressing of justice.
Well, that does sound interesting, at least.
Like you're recruiting heroes from the base, and once per turn, every turn you can pull 2 heroes out of the base. And I'm like, that's kind of cool.
It sounds like it. Sounds like you might have something new to mess with.
Yeah, well, they're well struck, because as soon as I find me the Stargate Overtrigger and a good price for Wellstra, I might play Wellstra, because it's literally just Vince McMahon walking down the street, like, with big gun.
That sounds really good.
Yes.
Well,
you look at big gun and said big gun makes you crap yourself, losing 5,000 power.
You shit yourself because of a gun? Hold on now.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds like the meme from the Boondocks where Uncle Ruckus is mopping a floor. He gets confronted by 3 guys, and they tell him. They ask him where he's where this particular rapper is.
At?
Yeah, and then he says, "Excuse me, I couldn't hear you over the sound of me shitting myself."
Uncle Ruckus, a national treasure to America.
The guy's voice.
Him at all costs.
Okay, I have to appreciate the voice actor for Uncle Ruckus, because when he dresses up in the costume, he looks just like him in real life.
Oh yeah, he does. 100%. It's a beautiful thing.
Speaking of Boondocks memes and moments.
Oh, come on.
No.
What?
Hold on.
Oh.
I found this in the wild one day and just kept it.
Oh, dude, you have been waiting for the day that someone brings this up just so you can drop that.
Yes.
Yes.
How did you
I'm
know?
definitely I'm saving that to my thing right now. God Lord.
Well, I'm going to talk Vice Schwartz real quick for just a couple of minutes because there's a lot to go over, but I can condense it. First off, just like with Digimon, Vice Schwartz got a ban list, but it's a very small ban list, and here's the funny part. I think we've all seen this. Because we had to wait so long for the ban list, Farfa found out that Vice Schwartz got a ban list and commented about it.
Hilarious.
Oh
And-
yeah, I remember that.
And I don't know who runs the Vice Schwartz Twitter account. I thank you for being so awesome because he commented back on Farfa's tweet saying that you inviting him to play Vice.
Oh, that's legit kind of cool.
Yes. And
Yeah.
every single comment underneath that was talking positive about Vice being so like inviting and kind, the person who runs that Twitter account invited them too and said nice things to them. It's it's weirdly heartwarming. You won't see Konami do that.
Yeah, of course. I will never expect Konami to do that. Like, there would be cases. I would be tempted to like mail some of the cards I designed to Konami, but I probably know that Konami would probably laugh at me, saying that, "Oh, don't worry, we have plenty of ingenious people working at our thing. You don't need to worry." And I'm like, ingenious people.
Uh-huh. Well,
Tell me these ingenious people who designed War Rocks. Okay, shit, let me see their faces.
yes.
No. Don't bring
And-
that up.
You want to see a
And
real
then-
War Rock? I've got one right here in my hand, Konami.
Konami.
And this,
It's
And
a
these are
new
the-
War Rock support card. War Rock Pet Rock.
and
And then
the
just
same
peas.
people who made Mystic Mine.
Yeah.
I don't
They're just gonna be
believe-
like Peter Griffin. It's like, guys, it's gonna be killing like 2 birds, 1 stone. Puts 2 birds and just gets 1 big rock. See, big rock, small birds, big rock. That's
Squish.
Konami.
Indeed.
Well, continuing in though, the ban list didn't really change too much. There was a couple of cards that were on choice restriction before, and they removed one of them from Kaguya-sama Love is War. They released a card called Serious Showdown Between Geniuses K, who is an assist card for brawler decks, so it's not a really big deal. But they also put 2 cards on choice restriction for a series called Mushoku Tensei. A Rudius card and a Ghislaine card. Goose just said, I have a War Rock that I'm staring at right now. And yeah, Konami definitely is not quite as welcoming as Vice Schwartz. I don't think anyone can really deny that. But they limited a Rudius card and a Ghislaine card from being in the same deck at the same time. They put them on choice restriction too. Just a Child Rudius, which I don't think I can even show the card art for on Twitch. And Strong Body Ghislaine, which I think everybody would love for me to share the card art for on Twitch. But
Yes, both. Send it to
Um,
me personally. I'll look at it.
I will show it to you after the show.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Because right now I've got so much stuff running on my laptop just keeping the show going, I don't really have the room. But we're also in the middle of their Bushiroad Championship national tournament, well, worldwide tournament technically, and they've had 6 tournaments so far, 5 of which occurred before the ban list and 1 dropped after, and half of the winners were playing the quintessential quintuplet set. So that might be a set they tap on in the future depending on how much, how well it continues to do.
What is this set? What does the anime deck do? Why is English so hard?
You got me, man. And honestly, I couldn't tell you. I can't even remember which specific Quint builds they were running, but if I recall correctly, it's called the Standby build, which is famous for constantly bringing cards back from the grave, which they call the waiting room, and sitting on giant defenses to mitigate oncoming assaults while tapping at you for extra, what they would call burn damage.
So, Grand Blue shenanigans.
More or less. But I'd have to double check the builds to be sure, which I just don't have in front of me. As far as and like I said, we've had 6 tournaments in the circuit so far, and we've got 4 more that I'm aware of before the circuit is over, and then we finally get to Worlds, I believe. Yes, English is very tough.
English is very tough sometimes.
I
No,
blame Decade.
Yeah. So, as of the last month, though, they have released some new products. The Attack on Titan Final Season set is finally out, as well as the premium booster for HoloLive.
Ew.
And they've got some stuff coming up in the near future. They're reprinting the original Nazarick Tomb of the Undead, which is the Overlord series, sometime this month, but they haven't specified an exact date, which is fantastic for me, because that means I can finally try and build a deck based around Ainzul Gone. I assume no one here has seen that anime.
I've seen Overlord. I've seen bits of the last season.
That last season is amazing.
Yeah, with the...
Well, dude, don't give any spoilers. That's a brand new season.
Oh, yeah, and let me just...
That right there ended there, Reborn. That's, you now have to just, nope.
Yeah, but...
you literally can't say anything now.
Now, come on. That's not necessary. Come on.
It's not necessary, but you know, if it's spoiling something, it's like, you just ruined it. I can't watch it now. It's over.
But in any case, I think that this reprint is because they confirmed in Japan they're giving us Nazarick Set 2, which I assume is going to have Season 4 stuff in it. In addition, in the near future, they have Rascal Season 2 pack, Psychono, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid sets coming up on November 18th still, which I'm excited for. They finally confirmed that we're getting 7 Deadly Sins second pack on December 16th. And the only other new stuff that we have coming is Kaguya-sama and Day Day Live have been confirmed to be getting Structure Deck reprints next year. And they confirmed that Kaguya-sama's second set is going to be released on February 17th. And they announced Day Day Live sets 2 and 3 already, which is surprising. But we don't have a date on those. And honestly, I don't really care about any of those. The only thing I'm interested in is the Chainsaw Man and Avatar: The Last Airbender sets, which we still haven't gotten confirmation on anything about.
That sounds pretty lit, though.
I'm mostly kind of interested on the Last Airbender one.
Yeah, I would
too.
like to see that.
Yeah,
really
and Goose, there is a huge list of series that they have under their control. Vice Force is made by the same people who do Card 5 Vanguard, ironically enough, Bushy Road. So you'll probably be able to find them at the same location if they even carry them. And they've got a ton of different anime. Since you're actually in the Discord server now, I'll drop the list of everything that they have later on, and you can take a look and see if there's anything else you're interested in.
If it's just like, so it's like every anime existent could come out and be a part of this.
If they can get the title to it. And it's not just anime either. They occasionally get other titles. Video games like the Persona series, specifically 4 and 5. And America has its own exclusive sets, whereas Japan has a ton more. We have a couple of our own. We have an Adventure Time set.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. That sounds sick.
Does it?
If JoJo's Bizarre Adventure gets bought by Disney, I'm going to genuinely be disappointed because Disney is going to ruin that.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Disney is taking knees, and every knee they take, it's something you need.
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting like Mickey Mouse just sitting in his billion-dollar throne room, just looking at all the contracts he's made up over the years, just being like,
Yeah, tell me about it. But yeah, I play a couple of decks myself. I've got 2 Gurren Lagann decks. I've got an Excel World deck that I still haven't finished. My Adventure Time deck's done. I've got a deck based on Akashic Records of Master Magic Instructor and Mob Psycho, and I'm working on Tokyo Revengers, which I'm really excited about. But that's pretty much everything Vice Schwartz, so... yeah. Wait for the Bohemian Rhapsody? Yeah.
Yeah, here's some Tokatsu stuff. Most of the Revice epilogue cinema has kind of been spoiled. I showed Nanashi what Evil in Live's extra final form is going to be.
Yeah. Where the series has ended over in Japan, for some reason they've changed it up a little bit for Kamen Rider series and other tokusatsu series, where they give them after series movies to give some of the characters that didn't get like unique forms or enough unique forms more unique forms.
Yeah, like the Revice one was amazing and beautiful.
Yep.
Like Lone Wolf Vulcan is literally one of the best repaint forms you will ever see.
Probably.
Am I arguing about that? No.
Oh, Vice is a
Live
fantastic
and-
Kamen Rider, by the way.
Live and Evil, mind you.
Yeah, a little too much color in that one. Let's just leave it at that. Otherwise, we're gonna be here all night talking about the bubblegum.
Absolutely.
Oh no, now hang on. O's was
Yeah,
not weak.
like-
It was arguably among the most perfect series.
Yep.
Now the movie, yes, I will agree. The movies have some problems.
O's yeah, like the O Summer movie made no sense to me. But what they gave Demons was criminally beautiful. Although the name could be a little better.
That's true. Oh God, my eyes are already bleeding at it.
Wow.
What happened? What happened?
What is this?
Reborn shared an image of the new Rider
Oh.
forms.
Oh,
Way too pink.
Way too
Too
much.
much.
it's not enough.
It's bubblegum forms. That's why I wanted to leave it at that, because eventually we'll have to talk about it, and that's what we got to stare at. Stained glass bubblegum.
Yeah, like
I hate it.
But
Live
luckily-
and Evil.
But luckily, those are just movie forms, and the series and their forms that they give them are all fantastic.
Yeah, Ability Live is beautiful.
And now that we've covered that, I think we can finally dive into Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, because this is going to take up the most time, which is why I wanted to save it for last. Now,
Of course.
I'm going to save us all a little bit of time.
Ah,
I don't know if you've been looking into the stream chat, the stream itself. I've got a ticker for the chat, the podcast now, which shows all the upcoming dates of products that are now upcoming and coming in the near future for the next few months. So that way we don't have to waste our time going down the full list. We can just talk freely about the new topics that we all want to hear about, rather than just hearing me rattle off a list.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, movie
That sounds
forms are
alright.
not canon. Thank you. Ah, Connor. Apparently he came in late.
sometimes they are like, sometimes they went to a far future, but Imperial Demons is beautiful.
Oh, damn, it's symmetrical.
Yes, you can't argue with the fact that Imperial Demons looks bloody amazing.
It does.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Prime Rogue is technically canon, so
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and dive into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. I think we've all waited long enough.
Absolutely.
Alright.
Now,
Yeah.
Oh, wait longer.
now, first things first. We've got 3 different ban lists to talk about.
Oh
Oh,
God.
yes.
We've got the
God, we have
TCG
3.
ban list, we've got the OCG ban list, and we got the Master Duel ban list. Man,
Let's start with Master Duel.
September really was the month for ban lists, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Kind of.
Agreed, and they all vex me in some manner.
And yes, if the suit is not symmetrical, it will just not look good. There are some exceptions, but that is the general rule. So, so what should we start with? TCG, OCG, or Master Duel?
Let's go Master Duel.
Duel.
Universal.
All right, let's get that one out of the way first. Only one card banned, Crystron Halka-Fibrax.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been in that game.
Yeah. Limited Spellbook of Judgment and Water Enchantress of the Temple for the Brave engine.
That's all right.
That's cool to me.
Yeah, those are pretty solid hits.
It's solid.
See-
Nothing wrong with them.
People aren't scared of Judgment because they haven't gotten used to spellbook shenanigans.
Not
No.
yet.
Not really.
Oh, well, apparently Goose wanted us to go through TCG first, but I'll tell you what, we'll go through TCG next, because the OCG list is technically kind of important this time around. So, semi-limited, Goes and Match and Rivalry of Warlords, which I think a lot of people agree with.
Yeah, because it can't get fear rating sometimes playing Master Duel when that happens.
Yeah, I guess.
Just let me play my machines.
Yeah.
Damn it.
ABC Dragon Buster, Dino Wrestler Pankratops, Double Iris Magician, Orcust Harp Horror, Spiral Quick Fix, Raigeki, Red Reboot, which is what you wanted all along, Reborn.
Indeed.
Yeah, and the fact that Red Reboot was hit still angers me in the TCG.
Trickstar Light Stage, not a bright idea. Trishula, which happened over here a couple of lists ago and nothing came of it, so okay. And Wind Up Carriers in Mighty is... refresh my memory. In Master Duel, is Hunter banned?
Yes, it is, man.
Okay, then that's fine. I was afraid for a second
should
they
be-
made a huge mistake.
No.
And Unlimited, they brought back Harmonizing Magician and The Beginning of the End, which I didn't even know they limited Beginning of the End. I love that card.
I didn't know either. That's what
That's
surprised the
odd.
Jesus out of me.
Surprisingly.
No, I think Beginning of the End was done for Invoked Shadal, Despia, what else? Invoked
The Danger
Shadal.
mix, mostly.
Yeah, Danger. Oh, yeah, Dangers as well.
Yeah. Well, I also they had a Synchro and Xyz festival. Did anyone take part in that?
No, I mean, I honestly
right.
uninstalled Master Duel. I'm just not invested into it anymore.
That's fair. And welcome back, Raven. We were just getting into the Master Duel ban list.
I'm like a bit iffy with Master Duel, to be honest. I'm kind of where Ori is. Like, the solo mode is fun when you can actually get the pre-constructed decks to work, but I feel like it's just overhyped at this point. It's literally just if Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and Duel Links had a one-night stand without protection, and that was the result.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, that's accurate.
That's
But,
that's the most
pretty
accurate thing
accurate.
ever.
But yeah, well, the main reason that I found this out is that the main reason they put Spellbook of Prophecy back to 1 was to help them sell the Spellbook of Prophecy structure and dual field, as well as the other aesthetic quality items that they added to it. And I
Dude,
sort of
add
stopped playing
Best of
Master
3,
Duel as
it'd be-
well. It's just
Dude, it did-
not for
it
me
did-
anymore.
Yeah.
The only thing they need to add is best of 3. If they add that, you would be playing more.
Maybe. They also released the Albaz structure and Sword Soul dual field, and they gave both Mermail and Vendritz their own solo mode gates, which kind of cool. I have to admit the solo mode gate is cool because it gives me a lot of lore that I didn't know about. I didn't know that the Weather Painters were literally a mother, lore created by a mother telling her child a story about the weather.
That's honestly adorable.
Yeah.
I have to respect the lore. I kind of want to see them do a Fire King lore now, because they gave us a Mermail one, obviously, which is based on the Umi stuff that they were talking about. So I want to see a Fire King one next.
Yo, give me that invoked lore. I want that invoked lore so much.
Once upon a
Invoke
time,
lore is
there was a
always fun.
magician. He grew up. The end.
I know, but like, I don't know.
Well, that's the whole list for Master Duel. So let's hit that TCG ban list real quick.
Oh boy, I came back at the
This
right
is
time.
a Formatico
Let's
list.
Let's all be disappointed together, shall we?
I'm
Yeah.
already disappointed.
Also, if you hear some rambling in the background, that's me just cursing in Creole about this whole ban list.
That's
Not
fair.
that I blame you.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, let's rip that band-aid off. The forbidden cards are Fairy Tale Snow, Ronin Toden,
No. No.
Ronin Toden, Crystron Hulk, Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon, and Red Reboot.
All right, can we take off Red Reboot, Fairy Tale Snow, and Rodent Toden? Can I go back in time and take off all those for my own pleasure? No.
Play an
no,
older
um,
format,
no.
dude. That's gonna be the only way until they bring him back.
No, but could we just switch the places of Red Reboot and Mystic Mine?
Yes,
Yes.
I would be fine
No, they won't do that.
with that. Trust me, we're all dipping into our disappointment pools today.
Yeah.
Konami is like, what are you going to bring to Reborn that we could do that? I bring you my soul. Aren't you an immortal phoenix? No. Starts sweating.
But I have no, but I have the blood of kings. I have no rival.
But if you,
No
but,
man can
but
be
Konami
my-
is your rival.
Guys got a
They're
point there.
rivals. I thought they are.
But
Okay.
no man could be my equal.
All right. Well, the limited list is pretty straightforward too. Blackwing Steam the Cloak came back. Cyberjar came back.
Yes.
Which took them ages.
Yeah.
O-Lion came back.
Like, it's gonna be gay.
Substitute came back.
Okay. Let's go out. Ronin Tonin though.
Yeah, they banned Ronin Tonin to give us Substitute.
Which I guess is fair. They didn't errata it.
Tuners.
At one.
Hey, it's still a
No,
1, but we
but-
can pull it out of deck pretty easy.
Yeah, true.
No, but I'm probably just gonna be seeing Cyberjar as a funny tech in Runic. Cyberjar being
Everyone's complaining that Ronin Tonin is banned, and in its place we got Substitute, but would we all really want to see a format where Substitute and Ronin Tonin are in the same deck together?
yes.
God no.
Considering that
Yes.
they would be around at the same time as Tier Limit, which thrives off of multiple Aquas existing in the grave, I'm gonna go with no.
And Substitute is not a hard once per turn either.
Neither is neither is Ronin Toden.
Yeah, neither is
Mhm.
Ronin Tonin, so you just get loops out the
Yeah,
ass
that's
of
how
Tier
the
Limit.
XK was born.
Yeah, that's how Mass Driver Frog FTK was born.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
And in addition to those, Spellbook of Judgment came back to 1, and a Pointer of the Red Lotus went down to 1.
again. I'm like,
Pointer,
but
why?
though?
Pointer of the Red Lotus went down to 1, I think, because they didn't want people sniping cards out of the hand. They don't seem to like the idea of people having answers to hand traps.
Clearly.
That's just my
Yeah.
guess. I
Why
can't really
the-
think of any other reason.
Why in Gallifrey's name did you make Called by the Grave then?
They put it to 1 for the same reason, man. I'm honestly surprised it's still at 1 right now.
I think they
I want
banned
it back
it
at 3.
too, didn't they?
It's just a disappointing thing, you know. They always
Yeah.
ban things conveniently when something else that knows that we can stop it with. It's always been the cycle, and it sucks because, like, you guys know, if we just play it in a fairness of like, all right, like Called by the Grave to 1 made. I remember they did that. And I was like, that made no sense.
It
How do we
really-
stop?
I mean,
How do
they've
we
got
stop
it-
hand traps?
This is the only time I will say that the ban list is better on Master Duel because they have called it 2 last I checked.
Yeah, they still have it too.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Which is actually you can still run it, or if you're like me, you might side deck it as an option because you're like, well, can't really main it, but I can side deck it just because if I know they're
Yeah.
going to run a lot of hand traps.
Yeah.
If you make something at 1 that is very useful, either people aren't going to run it at all, or they're going to run it and never get it, or rarely have that moment they might have use for it, which surprises people.
Saki.
Well, as it
remember-
happens, nothing got semi-limited, so we just have a bunch of unlimits, and most of them are expected. Dynamite Knight, the True Draco Fighter, Cyber Angel
Oh,
Ben
God.
10, Shooting Rider
Yeah.
Dragon.
Benton, why are you back at 3?
Because they hit the more problematic card for the Drytron deck, I think, which was Eva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, with Eva gone, it was bound to happen.
Although, one thing that still vexes me is, where the fuck Scythe? Oh, sorry. Scythe, where you? Why are you still here?
Welcome back, Spoons.
Like, Scythe is legitimately just why?
Well,
Exactly.
if I understand correctly, they seem to think that Sight's not as huge a problem because apparently Hulk was used in some combo that helped to get it out easier using their Link 2 or something. Sometimes I don't understand what they're
backwards
thinking.
logic.
Yeah,
That's backwards logic.
Maybe.
people have
these
been
fams-
debating. People have been debating on whether or not they should ban either Scythe or Dagda because Dagda makes it more consistent. Yet Scythe
true.
is like
Scythe is the problem, though.
Scythe is the problem here.
It really
Um,
is. I will admit the site doesn't do anything on its own. It needs to be prompted. But the Link and the Trap are what make that card playable. So it's kind of hard to say what you can do to balance the card.
It's like
Um,
you have to ban something completely, because even if you semi-limit it or limit it, it might still have some play. Because some people will be like, "I'll fight the system on this. I'll keep playing it because I'll have
No.
that." Like, maybe that's just
Here's-
me.
Here's the thing. Y'all forget Scythe is light.
Yeah.
What fam abuses light and dark?
Yes,
Monsters.
Bistio. Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another reason why I would think they should hit Scythe,
Not
especially
just
when you have.
Bistio. Despia.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Despia can like abuse that too.
Yeah, they can.
They absolutely could.
Like,
Well, continuing with the unlimits, they also gave back 3 Fusion Destiny,
bless.
Available.
Okay.
Nadir's Servant, Trickstar Light Stage, why, and Wall of Revealing Light.
Giving Trickstars back anything still kind of scares me.
Yeah,
It does.
I think the reason
Because-
they did that specifically is because Runic is coming, and with Runic's already existing deck depletion, Trickstar's ability to deplete your entire deck in a matter of a single turn is now 10 times stronger.
So
Yeah,
basically,
Yeah.
Runic
Once
is
again,
just going to
Runic
ruin the
was
format
a
again.
mistake.
Runic is a mistake, I'm not even going to lie. I thought the deck was kind of a neat concept, but when I found out that some of those cards can banish upwards of 4 cards, and one of them has the ability to banish as many cards as your opponent controls, I realized that deck is just a little too good for my opinion, for my taste.
Yeah, they have to hit it soon, either February or the bandest after.
June,
Yo,
I think?
Nanashi, you want me to send you a copy of Spell Cancelers? Because I have a playset in my book.
I've got a playset of the originals. I'm good.
Because I'm like, yo, Runic, I got something for you. Also, Horus is just out here in these streets looking at Runic, being like, you run no monsters. Let's go, fam.
Okay, when looking at Runic, I feel like it was a mistake to ban IO at this point. I feel like it was a mistake to ban IO if Runic's around.
Well,
No,
I feel like even if they did bring back Imperial Order for like a counter against Runix, people would still complain about it though.
Because it would actually prompt people to play quick play removal for Imperial Order.
That is true.
No, but
Or you might see the rise of Jinzo.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
bring him back.
Jinzo,
Bring him
that's
back.
Yo,
Bring him back.
I was actually thinking about Horus against Runic. You just see Horus level 8 out here looking at
Bring-
Runic players being like,
Ooh, that's
back,
not a bad
bitches.
idea. Imagine if they gave Horus the same level, the same support treatment they gave Armed Dragons.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
Oh
cool.
my God, Horse would come
Like,
back in a vengeance.
Horus,
Oh yeah.
Horus level 10 that just says, no spells and I'm unaffected by card. Oh, that's too much.
Kaiju it.
Dude, that'd be
Kaiju it
I do
now.
it.
uh,
Bring back Jinzo for the Labyrinth matchup.
Essentially.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
No.
so let's go ahead and move forward to the OCG ban list. Saving the best for last, of course, because this gives us not a direct glimpse, but an idea of what we might have to look forward to in our future ban lists. They never translate them 100%, but it gives us an idea as to what we might be able to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, they banned Wandering Griffin Rider and Union Carrier.
Good.
Now, first off,
Griffin
they
was
already
the
had
problem.
Carrier was already banned, but Griffin Rider, if they do ban that, I would have no issues with Brave ever again, because that's the main problem. Now, I am a little nervous about the new illegal knight that they're bringing in, but I don't think it's as bad as a loopable negate that they can just pull out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Illegal knight for my illegal alien deck. Let's go.
Wow.
Good one.
Now, the limited list is what I'm actually really interested in. They limited Swamp Frog, and let's see. They've limited Swamp Frog, the new Agido, the new Keldo, Sprite Jet, which is the Spell Trap Searcher,
Yes.
Herald
Yeah.
of Orange Light, which I assume tandems with the Earth Fairies, Yatagarasu, which, no big deal.
Yeah.
The tier limit field spell Perloreno,
Mhm.
Oh.
Sprite
Yeah.
Starter, which is their version of Emergency Teleport, the Flu and the Magnificent Map, which is their field spell, and Time
Good.
Seal.
I could tell you exactly why they banned the new Keldo and they banned the new stuff.
They limited them. They didn't ban them.
I
Yeah.
know why they banned the Jet Keldo, because Konami in Japan knows that Ishizu T-Element is some bull.
Well, they also got a lot of
Shit.
this. They also got a lot of this product before us, so they can like test it before us.
That's the point.
but-
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. Because they get the support before we do, and because our TCG exclusives don't really affect them as much, except for maybe the dangers, we get an advanced glimpse of what we have to look forward to, and it's usually semi-accurate.
Wait, the dangers are TCG exclusive, or? Are they
Yeah.
also-
Yeah,
I thought
I
they
did-
were.
I
did not.
remember.
I
Oh,
did
sorry.
not know that. I thought they had them as well in the OCG.
No, we had exclusive only. Dangers were only exclusives for us, which was awesome.
I mean, it makes sense given that they're mostly myths from around here in America, like myths and
Yeah.
urban legends.
In like America and the UK.
Kind of like what they did with Cosmos, because Star Wars, Wizard of Oz, and Kaiju's. Though I feel like Kaiju's would have also fit in the OCG as well.
Yeah, they would have. They would have fit pretty well in the OCG.
It makes more sense there.
But they're not there either. Which is
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous in my opinion. They should have
Odd.
Kaiju's.
Hey, Kaiju media literally originated in Japan. You're telling me us Americans are the only ones that get them?
You know what's funny?
This is
That
odd.
same rule applies to the goatee archetype currently. We are the only ones with goatees. It's a TCG exclusive right now.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
If you look at anything
What?
that's made after card number 80 in the average core booster set, anything that's numbered 81 to 99 or 000 is usually either a TCG import or a TCG exclusive.
You know what? I can see that. I understand now.
Yeah, one of the I'm actually testing out a goatee white aura build. It's rough, but I'm getting there.
I was debating on mixing Sharks in with goatee. But getting
Wait,
back to the ban
Why
list, though,
sharks?
because they're all fish.
No, yeah, they are. They're all fish.
They're all fish, they're all water, and it fits my aesthetic.
course
You
it
are
does, yes.
wet. Not a hush.
This is-
You're wet. Moist. Don't say moist to my biology teacher. You might get
Oh my
kicked
god,
out.
how many people hate the word moist?
My biology teacher
I-
in high school would kick you out of her class if you said
Unless
moist.
you're,
I'm
unless
like,
you're Charlie, probably.
yeah, I'm like iffy about it. Like, yeah, I understand the innuendos, and I understand that can be used for like a scientific term, or like something natural that you say, oh, this condensation in my cup, it's making the glass moist.
Well, it's
Or
not-
I just also think about Charlie, which a lot of people say that I sound like.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even so much that it's used in a sexual manner, it's that people are grossed out by the word itself. I have seen people physically fall to the floor hearing that word in revulsion.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even when you don't use it in like as an innuendo or in a sexual manner, people will convulse on the floor in disgust of it. Like you could say something like, "Oh, you could say something along the lines of, "Oh, the saliva on my tongue, it's really moist," and people will freak out.
Oh yeah.
Is it the word
these-
or the
The
spelling?
word.
Are these
It's the
word.
word.
It's
The
the
are
word
word.
these
Really?
the same people who are terrified
Moist.
of? Are these
You
the
could-
same
you-
people who are terrified to make fried rice?
Oh,
Excuse me?
yeah.
Or you could be
What?
like, "Oh, there's a lot of moisture in the air," and they'll flee in terror at that.
Hilarious.
Really? Oh, this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
It's not exactly well known, but it is kind of rare. But you have about as many people getting offended and freaked out at the word moist as you do salad.
Oh,
I love me a salad. Salad's delicious. Whoever doesn't like that, you're just
It's
you're
because
insane.
now that one actually has a reason behind it. It's because when you add the salad dressing, it makes the whole salad goopy.
I like goopy salads then. I love me some Thousand Island or this one salad dressing my parents get.
I
I'll
can't
say
stand
it
the
really
delicious.
depends on the it really depends on the salad, like how you make
Give me
it.
some Parmesan on that mother, and some croutons, and some onions, and boiled egg. Good.
egg.
Wholesome. Egg on my face. Soft boiled if you're really cool. Hard boiled if you're just afraid of trying something new.
Fair enough.
That's just.
I will give you that one. But getting back to the
Indeed.
list, semi-limits. This is going to sound a little familiar. ABC Dragon Buster, Double Iris Magician, Water Enchantress of the Temple, Tier Limit Havness, already. Dimension Shifter, that's a good start. Phantom Knight of Torn Scales, and Lightning Storm, which Lightning Storm I did not expect.
That's a questionable one to me. The lightning storm one.
I mean, it's
Kind
a
of, yeah.
it's a tool. It's a dual function card. I kind of see why they would limit it, but I didn't know it was that prevalent in the game.
Maybe in the OCG they just rock it harder than we do.
You know, it's entirely
Well,
possible.
They
you know
have
how they
Max
are.
C in there. They have Max C there, so it's entirely different.
Yeah, it can be entirely true. That they have Maxi.
Oh, we got someone
Oh,
new.
there he is.
Hey, it's Yosh.
It's
Yo.
Yosh.
Yo.
Hey,
It's the
Good.
Yoshi.
It's my boy the Yoshi.
They're on the table.
4v6, so my girlfriend had to call out for me,
Yeah.
so I managed to stop by.
That's perfectly fine, man. And yeah, we put you on the table, Yosh. I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all. I prefer being
You
there.
stay on the table. You like to be on top of the table.
so-
You are the head of the table.
I like being the marketable plushie.
Yes.
A marketable
Remarkable
plushie that's also a master at tax evasion.
You
and
know what?
Smash for some reason.
Remember, Mario jumps and
That is-
uses Yoshi
yep,
to go
good for me.
places, so you
Oh,
got
hold
think he
up.
deserves that, right?
Here's the thing though. The reason why the whole Yoshi tax evasion meme exists is because of this little funny scene from a game, from one of the Mario games I'm about to show you right now.
Oh dear God!
Oh no.
I'm scared.
I'm
Fortunately,
not scared.
Oh.
Yoshi, could I please be exempt from paying taxes? Guess me.
Oh, okay. So that's where that's from.
Interesting.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and dive back into lists because we only have the unlimits left.
Yoshi.
We are so easily distracted, I swear.
Absolutely, I get
fun.
distracted 95% of the time.
But let's see. Unlimited now, Gen X Ally Birdman, Danger Jackalope, Spiral Resort, Sky Striker Widow Anchor, and Magical Meltdown.
Birdman
Wait.
sounds interesting. 3 Birdman? That sounds cool.
Yeah, that does sound cool, but I'm like, why is engage? All right.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I don't have an issue with it.
It's not.
Now, as far as new products coming out, I'll go over these real quick. The Tin's out. The Speed Duel Tournament Pack's out. The Crystal Beast Structure Deck is out, which I know would make Sarissa happy if she was here. And
No!
Yeah.
Stop the heresy with Crystal Beast. Stop it! No!
And the Speed Duel GX Midterm Paradox box is out as well. Now, I want to say that the OTS Tournament Pack was supposed to drop today, but I heard a rumor that it had been delayed 2 weeks to October 21st. I'm not sure which is real, so I went ahead and just mentioned both.
Fair enough.
As
Yeah.
far as any new product news, other than the stuff that's on the ticker, we got the confirmation on the next wave of the Goatee support, and it looks pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, actually. Yeah.
And we've also
Also-
got some nasty TCG exclusives.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
including a synchro that helps pendulums, and I'm like, I could live with that.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of neat. It's an 8-star, too, which means it's really easy to summon, and it's generic last I checked.
True.
Yeah,
This quick play spell card.
Oh, yeah, Spellbound.
Yeah.
That's a TCG exclusive card as well. It's a 000.
Yeah, exactly.
What's
That's an
Spellbound
interesting card.
scares me.
Yeah, Spellbound is a terrifying card that is only going to be used probably in the Bestial deck, which is the new translated name for Bisted. Now, I should mention, and I don't even want to bring this up, but you know how when people announced Rescue Ace and its Japanese name was R-Ace, and people said you play it, you were R-Ace-ist?
Yeah.
We've got a new meme coming out, apparently, and I think I'm one of the
hot
first
meme
people to
off the
discover it
presses.
that involves Bestial.
Uh-oh.
Follow me
Oh.
along if you can.
No, I got it. Oh, no.
If you play Bestial, you are engaging in Bestiality.
Oh no.
Oh, no! No!
Yeah, it's bad. It's
Dude.
bad. But I think I
Yeah.
said it in such a way that the stream won't get taken down. But
You
yeah,
better hope not.
I think
And,
I think this gives me an idea for the title of the thing that of this podcast. I'll DM it to you.
Yeah, feel free if you've got any show title ideas. That one's definitely going to be one of mine.
Also, the new spell card, Triple Tactics. Just draw the out, man.
I was going to mention that in a minute. But the other thing to mention, as far as Darkwing Blast, which drops in 2 weeks, they confirmed that we're getting that Amazonas support. I was wondering what was going to happen with that.
Yeah, I love the fact that they're getting a fusion evolution and
and even a pendulum evolution. They've got some pendulum support.
yeah,
And that
they have
pendulum support is genuinely good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
pretty
have scales. Good
They don't even use
scale.
it to pendulum summon. They just use them in the back row for spell trap control. There was a build I faced not too long ago that used skill drain, which is now at 3, and they used the scales to control when it existed on their field. They could just throw it away when they were done with it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh
Um,
shit!
Also, the fusion evolution, I still count it being an evolution of Empress due to the fact you need Empress to give it the double attack.
Oh, yeah. Beyond that, let's see. Battles of Legend Crystal Revenge is still coming out on November 18th, but they finally gave us confirmation that we are going to be getting the Advanced Crystal Beast imports, obviously, as well as the Poker Knights support and the G Golem import.
Fuji golems.
It's also got an access code reprint, which will be hyper short printed to the Shadow Realm and back.
I was just about to say that, but you beat me to it. God dang it.
Hopefully that isn't the case.
Speed.
But knowing Konami, I can't really expect them to make any promises. They
Indeed.
promised us PT, then they fired Kojima for Lynx. I'm never gonna forgive them for that.
Not that I don't blame.
You will never get my forgiveness, Konami, for what you've done to me and my family.
You ended up.
I don't even know who you are.
You'll know soon enough. The fucking Konami is Thanos, and I'm Scarlet Witch. I'm like, you've taken everything from me, Konami. I don't even know who you are.
Exactly.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Indeed.
You
Me
killed
when
my favorite survival.
Me when
person.
someone describes Toon compared to freaking Melfi's.
Yeah.
They're both, like, I won't say useless, it's just they don't work well on their own. Toon somewhat, now that they got buffed.
And the only other new thing worth mentioning is about Photon Hypernova, and holy crap.
Yeah.
There is a lot to talk about with Photon Hypernova. The support. The level of support they gave to some of these old archetypes is insane.
yeah.
I know Photon
much
got like a
meat
shit ton of
in
good
that set.
support, but I'm curious to see what else they've given.
They gave Weevil his own version of D-Hero Dogma. This irks me.
Yep, I was going to mention that too.
Wait, hold up. I've seen some of the insect support, but they gave him a Dogma? Hold up.
Yeah.
Yes. Same stats as Dogma, same level, it's just the
Hold
bug.
on. What is the card called?
It's got a long,
Crown
complex name. If you
Armatura
look in Yu-Gi-Oh! Media, you'll actually see an article about it if you scroll up. It's some big four-worded name.
Yeah, Tree Crown Armapura Beergram.
There it is. So, going down the list real quick, because this is all new information, Photon Hypernova, which we finally got confirmation is coming to the TCG in February 10th. Now, they just banned the Chaos Dragon 8-star Synchro, which is awful because they just confirmed that Chaos Goddess, which is kind of in the same vein, is getting a full support archetype.
Which I will probably play in RDA, especially the tuner, which you can proc very easily.
I bet.
It would be hilarious if they just quickly errata Chaos Ruler.
The new 8-star
Just
Synchro?
make it a hard one.
Yeah, Chaos Ruler.
Dude, that thing is an
the guy they
OTK
banned.
generator. That new 8-star Synchro is an OTK generator. It's terrifying. I don't want to face that deck purely because of that one card, and I don't think it's generic enough to spread to others, but we'll have to wait and see. And you did mention the Galaxy Photon support, which obviously would come from a set called Photon Hypernova. It's pretty good support, but it's about what you expected. Upgraded versions of cards we already have. They gave them kind of a complicated turn skip-ish card. Although I will admit that the original Japanese name for that name is not a name I can repeat on Twitch, but it's hilarious.
It's pretty mid.
Also,
Are you talking about the one where people were complaining about, because it had the R slur in its name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We'll tell you later. We don't want to get banned off Twitch this early.
Yeah, I know what you all are talking about, but considering that that's an actual scientific term, I honestly didn't understand the outrage.
I didn't either, and it's used in a completely different context from the one that we understand, but that's beside the point. Getting back on topic, the Gishki support is phenomenal.
They've got a better boss monster now.
It can negate monster effects. That's really the biggest thing that they needed.
Also, it revives events, multiple searches.
Yeah, they really maxed out the possibility on that 10-star.
And their new ritual card can also use cards from the opponent's side and is not a hard once per turn, and sets up Zeal Gigas.
Yeah, but I think you need to use the exact level if it's the opponent's side.
No, just any monster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just...
You distribute any monster.
It's just a ritual kaiju.
I actually have the Bug Dogma in front of me. The Bug Dogma is terrifying.
It is.
Basically,
Yeah, I just
it says
when you said dogma, I was kind of like, did they give Weevil a card that just cuts your opponent's life points in half during their standby phases?
Not
no,
Or
but
quite.
their draw phases.
no, but here's what it does. Your opponent can't activate monster effects to your back row. Your back row is protected from monster effects.
Oh yeah, and you can special summon it by banishing either insects or plant type monsters. And it protects
Yeah.
back rows, so I know what I'm going to be playing in Trap Tricks when I get around to building that IRL.
I'm probably going to throw that in crawlers myself.
No, don't
And,
do that.
um,
Don't do
once,
that.
Yo.
once per turn, he can punch board, but he cannot attack directly.
Yeah, it's
Every
basically a
non-
combination. Yeah, it's basically alpha in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
But continuing down the list.
bug.
Go ahead.
It basically kills everything except bugs and plants,
So that's me.
but he can't attack directly, and I'm like, what?
Trap Tricks coming back, baby. Let's go.
Tell me about it. Next up, the generator support, which is the first
not bad.
main deck support that is not trying to be support for other decks. It's
Which is kinda weird.
exclusive. It's exclusive for generator. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Was it Lomper technically that too? It just like supports main deck.
Yes.
I
So-
love it just due to the fact that
Hold on, Generator got
it's-
support.
Yeah,
Oh,
two
yeah.
cards, a new rank 9 and a new level 9. They're both fire.
the level 9 literally just says unbrick your hand and summon Dyson Sphere turn 1. I'm still forever going to play Dyson Sphere in generators. I just need if I do generators in real life, I just need to find someone that has a Dyson Sphere and Chaos Dyson Sphere.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Next after that is the new Bisted Bestial support card, which it's a new 8-star main deck boss. They did the same thing for Sword Soul, which has a bestial lore, well, not a bestial lore, a Golgonda lore influence. The Kshatriya Law support, which carries cross lore for, it's kind of like the world legacy of Kshatriya Law support, because it gives support to everything while also still being part of a singular core archetype. It gave new cards to Tearlament and Scareclaw.
You did?
Yeah, it gave them
another
both,
monster. Cool.
what was it, 7-star bosses?
Yeah, 7-star
But they-
monsters.
But they all special summon themselves by banishing certain cards out of the graveyard, and then they all do other effects that align them with the archetypes they're meant to be in, but they've clearly been corrupted. The Ice Jade support that they gave is just a spell and a new 10-star synchro, but that 10-star synchro is kind of nuts.
Kshatriya Law kind of still terrifies
Oh wait,
me.
you said Synchro. I thought you said
Also, I
disease
think-
protected.
Also, I think I was a Scareclaw got a new continuous spell card that like, protects the link.
Yep.
That's actually cool.
Yes, it is. The new Dogmatica support is freaking terrifying.
Oh
When
yeah,
is it
that
not?
freaking,
When is it not?
That new 12-star ritual that can, if the opponent has a full extra deck, probably get rid of 7 cards.
Oh yeah, the White Zoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, just by breathing, it
It
has
just has to-
enough force. It
has no cost for that.
Yeah, no. You either force your opponent to return all their extra deck monsters on the field back to the extra deck, or they have to send an extra deck monster to the graveyard for every 2 in their extra deck.
No, that doesn't seem fair.
It's not, but it's a 12-star ritual, which I guess is kind of hard for a deck of level 8s and lowers to get out because they got to tribute 2 monsters, but then again, they've got the same benefit as Necros, so who cares?
They could
Yeah,
just
like,
throw in what?
What's that now?
Sorry, I was sneezing. they could just throw in like a random low-level monster sync with their 8 stars, like something that comes out when you summon something of that attribute.
That's true.
But here's the thing. From what I remember, one of their ritual spells just says burn a monster in your extra deck.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yep.
that.
That's not really a
Basically,
problem, because there you got 15 of them, and you're doing it to summon the boss monster.
Well, this new
And
12-star ritual can just say 7 of your opponent's extra deck monsters are gone before the game even gets started, really.
Honestly, I think that's still worth it, considering how if it's got like if it's as good as say Pot of Extravagance, then I think it's worth it. Because obviously it doesn't matter if it takes like half your damn extra deck, as long as the
yeah.
effect's good, it's worth it.
Yeah, but imagine
Um,
if you're facing a player that actually uses Extravagance. They'll only have 8 cards to banish for Extravagance, and that means they have nothing to work with in their extra deck anymore.
Essentially,
That's what I'm
it's
saying,
dead.
like, that's the case, but just don't run Extravagance, run like Upstar or something.
But they
But
don't
this-
know that. That's the point that I'm making. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't mean to keep interrupting you, Reborn. Go ahead.
Another thing that they also have is that they have a continuous spell that just says every turn add a Dogmatica spell to your hand, and if your opponent controls a monster, you can add a monster as well. You could, if you're going second, you can prime yourself for White Zoa.
That is
If you're
true.
What's the limit at?
going first, you can prime
It-
yourself for whatever.
It's all brand new cards that haven't come out yet, so they're going to be at 3 on release.
Oh, hell no,
Yeah,
it needs to be
so it's
limited
gonna
at
definitely
one.
be limited by
Oh
ban
yeah,
list standard.
eventually. After that is the Valance support, which they only released 1 card for. It's a Pendulum Fusion, but it's an Earth Fairy.
New faction maybe?
Yeah, that's
It-
what a lot of
Oh!
us are thinking.
No, it's
I
a
hear Earth
fusion
Fairy.
evolution
Oh,
that
is it?
says, yeah, because one of the you're in order to significantly bring it out in a timely manner, you do kind of need one of the fusions
Obviously.
and at least one of the machines in your hand.
Of course,
It
that
sounds
makes
like
sense.
Something out of Pokemon.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. This is basic. The archetype itself is basically a tabletop RPG with figurines. It's
So like D&D or like Warhammer.
Warhammer, more or less, actually.
Oh, I gotta play this deck now. I can't. If it's gotta do Warhammer, I gotta play it.
Well, I'll send you the
what-
information
no,
about
what-
it after the
no,
show.
Hold on, what deck
But-
was this?
Valance, the pendulum
Valance.
deck.
Yeah, that one.
But the thing with Valant, the thing with the fusion evolution is that every time something moves, pop a card.
Basically, yeah. They
And-
made
20
Senate.
is now.
You remember that really old continuous spell Senate
Oh,
switch?
I was just about to point that
Mhm.
out. Doesn't their field spell search Senate switch, and that's why there was a huge buyout for it?
No, their continuous spell does.
Oh,
I guess I
no, it's
was
continuous. Hold up.
close.
But yeah, Senate Switch is this dirt old 20-year-old card that just says move a monster, which has been
Yeah, move a monster to a column. It literally predicted the column
The
mechanic.
future. It
Yeah.
predicted the future.
I love when they do stuff like that, where they take a dirt old card and they throw it into a new archetype and give it life again. That's so cool to me.
There was
I
an
legit thought
alien.
that
There's
was
an
like.
there was an
makeup.
alien card that could move columns as well.
There were a bunch of others, yeah, but none did it quite like that. And then, of course, now that means that cards like ground collapse and whatnot are possibly going to be used as counters against them if they ever become good.
Yeah.
Wait, you said aliens?
Also,
No,
Ojama.
Yes.
gravity collapse.
No,
No,
there
before that.
there was an alien monster that could also move columns.
Oh yeah,
Infiltrator.
Infiltrator, yeah. It moves itself from one column to the other, and if it's in an open column, it can attack directly.
Like as in open, as in like there's no monster opposing it on the enemy.
I mean, like there's no other card in it.
Yeah. One thing that Valence just seems really quirky.
It is.
Yeah, like it's quirky in how it wants to do things, because it's not. They rate, unlike what you would think Pendulum Evolution, what I would want to see from Valance is like maybe a fusion evolution where it's also a pendulum, and maybe it requires like a Valance fusion and a super, like, I would want their fusion evolution to be a super poly target.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a Valance fusion and something along the lines of Violet Chimera.
That would be kind of neat, actually. I could respect something like that.
Yeah,
But-
like a Valance and a monster in the extra monster zone.
That could be something to look forward to. But getting back to the list real quick, because we're almost done. The new Plunder Patrol support is an Earth Pendulum Synchro ship.
Man, that's a good card right there. It's a good card.
That it is. It's
Busted.
just resource. It's a resource piece, and it's not that hard to get into. And I think it throws itself back into the extra deck to do something else as well.
It's a token of both sides.
That's right.
With an attribute.
That's cool, actually.
What attribute are they missing now?
Wind.
Water and wind.
No, they have water.
They need a...
Yeah,
No,
they have
that's
water.
the captain, though.
Yeah,
That's the captain,
they
though,
have
like-
an extra deck monster that is water, though, and they themselves are water, except for most of their extra deck pieces.
I guess so. Man.
I mean, if you think
So-
they need a water ship, sure, I completely agree.
So the only ship that they would be missing is water.
And wind.
No, wind.
Yeah, the only ship that I would say just make one of their ship, just make a link ship, a link 3 ship.
That could work.
That's all the things are pointing down. I'm thinking too much like Dark Templar. I just want everything to be Dark Templar now.
I feel like that's the case, yeah. Not that I blame
Yeah.
you. Dark
So,
Templar
like-
is a great card.
So
Yeah,
speaking of I'm sorry. Speaking of extra decks, as anyone knows, they haven't been releasing Ixies as much as they've been releasing the other kinds. Like I've noticed they've released a lot more pendulums, fusions, even like what the hell is it called? Freaking Synchros. There we go.
Yeah, that's actually on purpose. They've been trying to diversify the card pool because Xyz monsters just happen to come out and be some of the most powerful extra deck mechanics there are. So now they're trying to reinforce all the others a little.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. It feels just weird that they haven't released one in a couple years compared to the others. At least one, I
I understand.
For me, I would have still wanted them to give me a rank 8 for my Machina. Like give me a rank rank up magic and a rank 8 Machina.
That's fair.
I want a rank 4 that's busted, but not as busted as Toad.
Okay, that's really hard to ask. You know,
It
that
is.
would be really hard.
It's very hard.
But
It'd be too hard to ask
So
for
when I
Konami
say
to be
busted, I mean like
reasonable.
in one archetype, not that they could put in any archetype like Toad can.
that's going to be the difficult part, man. Making it extremely powerful but also archetype locked is the most difficult part of the whole ordeal. At least they are pretending it is. But
So,
back to the
why not
list.
just put in, why don't they just put in one that's already good, like Blackwings? Or well, they were good, but still.
Well, Black Rings is a synchro archetype. They wouldn't give them an Xyz, but I see your point. And they did just give them a slew of support.
Yeah, this is
They gave
this
Blackwing
is
support? Damn.
Blackwings.
Yeah, it's coming out in 2 weeks.
That explains it. Okay.
Blackwings are fine as is.
And as they revealed today, not even a couple of hours ago, we're getting more Weevil Underwood class Earth Insect support, which, as Reborn mentioned earlier, gave them a huge boss monster, as well as some other mini bosses and a couple of main deck pieces that operate kind of like equip insects, like Parasite Paranoid and the like. Basically, got new family members.
Yeah, and Insectors, because
Insectors too.
the fusion comes out way too easily.
It does.
Like, yeah, like you pull
Very
that
much.
off in you can basically pull off diffusion in Inzectors. Because all you just have to do is equip something that has 2,000 or more defense. Because I remember Inzectors having a monster that just said, the monster that I'm equipped to, defense becomes 2,400.
Yep.
Oh, that's a Weevil card. It's something Weevil.
Yeah, like I said, it's Weevil Underwood class Earth insect support.
I want them to put Weevil in the game like they did for Kaiba Man.
You know, at the rate they're going, they might.
Hence why I wanted hence why I always call Weevil support accidental Inzector support.
More or less, especially considering the trend they've been going in. In addition, they also gave the Sea archetype another new piece, which is a 7-star, but it's a little slow in design. It has to flip itself up, and then it can destroy all the monsters at the end phase if it still exists.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But the new ninja stuff?
Yeah, I was actually about to mention. The new ninja stuff that they announced, they gave us another wave of ninja support. Not including the ones that they're releasing in Darkwing Blast. We got 3 more in this set. A field spell that's decent. A new rock 8-star monster for the main deck that's pretty good. It gives them interaction during the opponent's turn when it's summoned from deck and the like. And what was the third card again?
Fusion.
Oh yeah, the fusion.
The fusion.
Yeah, the fusion that can be pulled off of instant fusion.
Yeah, the instant fusion target.
Yeah. Ninjas are coming back, and they're angrier than ever.
Indeed.
I love the
they jump out of the shadows.
Indeed.
If you're a samurai, run.
Why can't have a 6 samurai like that?
Don't tell Sam. He might have a panic attack. He might say it's broken. No, joke.
Naruto music playing furiously in the background.
Yeah.
Naruto really playing in the background.
After that, they also gave us more Abyss Actor support, which seems to fix a lot of the problems the deck has and has made it genuinely consistent.
Yeah, it really did help them.
Cool.
My friend Nate's gonna love the link 2 that basically says, kill something on your field to put a Abyss Actor. This sounds like a Metal Foes card more than anything.
It does.
No, don't say that now. Don't say that, Reborn. No, they might think about running it if they could. God,
Boy
no.
needs a fiend.
Hey, people will find a way. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
And the only other thing to mention... go ahead.
Because I still remember, like, the link 2 just says, kill something you control to put one of the pendulums into your to scale one of your pendulums, and or you just put the field spell into you just plop the field spell. And I'm like, you got a link that lets Abyss Actors switch out their scales for whatever, and tutor your field spell.
Yep.
And can proc the second effects of all your spells.
Well, the last thing to mention as far as... sorry.
Sorry. You have a Rhoda. You have a Rhoda and an E-Telly.
That we do.
And that's a removal. And you have another Rhoda.
Yo, you can use Wild Hope in this. You can use. Oh, sorry.
That unfortunately has to be played at the start of main phase 1. But that's not much of a catch to it.
Not really. But the last thing to mention as far as this pack's concerned is the new Triple Tactics card.
Yes.
Yes.
Every couple of sets we get... every couple of sets we get one of these incredibly broken spells that a lot of people think is either terrible or amazing, and it usually ends up being amazing. Your opponent plays a monster effect during your turn. This card lets you set any spell trap out of deck, but you can't activate it that turn, or if your opponent controls a monster when you play it, you get to put that card in your hand instead. So it's technically good going first or second.
Indeed.
If they end up common printing it like they did Call by the Grave, which I'm still grateful for, by the way, then I feel like it's something I could possibly play in all my decks. It doesn't have negation protection, but, you know, not everything's going to. That's just my opinion, though.
Very true, but knowing Konami, they'll just short print it to the Shadow Realm and back.
Right, so it's probably not even going to be a factor.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much all the new information that I had regarding the game and all the products. As far as my decks, though, nothing's really changing, and it's kind of getting a little irritating. I'm planning on building Rescue Ace when it drops next year, and I'm going to be taking the new Bamboo Sword spell out of Darkwing Blast and putting it in my Thunderstun deck, but other than that, my decks are pretty much going to be staying the same unless we get another ban list.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else bidding anything interesting?
Not really.
Does that have to be Yu-Gi-Oh only?
Besides getting ready for... just ready for new stuff coming up? Not much. Maybe the advancement tournament of Ladies versus Server, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's right. She's doing Attorney soon.
Yeah. I'm going to go in there and win with stupidity. And then I will become the teacher of physical education of memes. No one can judge it. How did I win? I just made monsters.
Yugi wise, I don't really have much besides Destiny Hero, which I already got my DPE. One thing that Vanguard wise, I'm tempted more and more to build Welstra. Because literally they haven't made a boss for Dragon Empire that I can legitimately say, oh my god.
That's fair.
Yo, here I made this abomination of a deck called Invoked of the Antherions.
Oh no.
Oh
Therion.
god, yeah. I remember seeing some people saying they were going to try that, and I saw it for all of like a week, but it never really caught on. If you can find a way to make it catch on, please do.
It's so funny. I love it. Dude, because every time I play it, my opponent just rage quits so quickly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Evil is in this world for that reason. You are the cause of it. No.
Okay, well, we're nearing up on the 2-hour mark, so anyone got anything else they want to throw in?
I have nothing.
Right. I do.
What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to let you know that we here love all card games. If you think there's any card game we missed that you might like, let us know next time in the chat. We'll totally talk about it. Like, I know something. What?
I've got a card game. I want to talk about Pokemon.
Oh, we don't count Pokemon. It doesn't exist. We have Wiglet and Prayer Giraffe. We're good. We don't need that now. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Yes, this card game this game that we brought up. This game we brought up an hour and a half ago for all of 2 seconds is clearly not something we want to talk about.
Yeah, seriously, I don't want to talk about.
I'm sorry. I'll be quick then. Basically, I've noticed that like in the recent booster packs, they've been having a lot of full art. Like, I've been noticing a lot of people pulling them more. Specifically, Giratina, Snorlax, and Pikachu. So, the thing is, back when competitive was, well, it's still played a lot, but back in, like, Gen 6, Gen 7, full arts were more the powerful cards. They were usually saved for cards that were actually good, or meta cards. Now the full arts are basically just, like, what's the word?
Standardized?
Like, yeah, like Fool's Gold, basically. Like, getting them is cool, it costs a lot of money to sell it, or it gives you a lot of money to sell it, but at the same time, it's not good, aside from maybe Giratina. But still, like, I've noticed a lot of those full arts aren't really good outside of the trainer cards.
Indeed.
That's fair.
I mean, that sounds about right. I too still want to learn how to play Pokemon, the actual card game. I really do.
I played it way
I'm
back
waiting
in the
for,
day, so if I tried to pick it up again, it would probably be extremely different.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
most likely
definitely.
just be
Yeah.
I'm waiting
casual,
for
I would
Gen 9
think.
to roll around so I can, me and my girlfriend can get the starter decks for base set.
Ooh, that sounds. I'm currently watching one of my favorite YouTubers play through Nuzlocke of all the Pokemon games. Currently,
Oh,
yeah, until Scarlet and Violet come out. But the caveat was he couldn't use the same Pokemon from the previous game in another one in a Nuzlocke,
That
and
seems fair.
it's really lit.
Oh, I
Like he
bet.
already
That's-
did.
Oh yeah.
He just finished Gen 3, so he did Sapphire, Ruby, and Pokemon Coliseum because Emerald wasn't technically Emerald's Gen 3, but technically wasn't out during that time.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's like, and it was like someone in the comments like, "Oh, the best starters: Trico, Torchic, Umbreon. Yeah, those are the starters, guys. Let's get it." Because remember, you can't pick Mudkip.
But damn.
You can't pick Mudkip yet because he's not an Emerald yet. That's like, oh, that's fucked up, but it's true.
Wait, so Emerald's a Gen 4 game?
I believe it's like post. It's probably in between after 4 because it's one of the released.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still 3, but it didn't come out with that generation of Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, they have
It's
a lot
like
of games
you.
where they do that.
Yeah, so it's why he couldn't pick Mudkip because technically Emerald wasn't out yet or wasn't in that same generation time frame.
That's fair.
So it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's a hilarious fact I'm learning about now. That's hilarious.
You
Yeah.
never know what you're
It's
going
just
to
a-
learn in places like this, you know?
Hey, you got to play a Nuzlocke of all the Pokemon games. Cool, can't use the same Pokemon twice. Fuck.
That makes
God.
it,
Oh no!
Oh, yeah, you Tyrant on Gen 4.
that means your
It's kinda
generation
weird.
had
locked.
somebody.
You kind of are,
I
but
actually-
you also have to realize it sucks. But it's fun.
I bet.
You make it work.
Actually-
That
I
makes-
mean,
It makes playing
Gen
Pokemon
2
Black and
through 4,
White
you
easy
can get
then.
older Pokemon easily. It's
that's
Gen 5 onward where they start making them hard to get.
No,
I
yeah.
actually had somebody who did a Nuzlocke of Nuzlocke where all the Pokemon's types were shuffled.
Oh
Ooh.
shit.
Oh,
Oh, that's-
Gen 9
no.
Gen 9.
ooh.
Like the moves and types would be shuffled.
Right.
Oh, that's
Like-
even worse. I thought it was just a Pokemon.
No. I know what he's
Like-
talking about.
You would have a Gardevoir who's a fighting type. Also,
That'd be
male for some
lit.
reason.
That's lit.
cool.
Isn't that
They
just
have no
Gallade?
idea.
Rare.
That's Gallade at that point.
Yeah.
Actually,
Word.
A pre-Gallade. Gallade
It's-
before
it's like-
Gallade said, "I want to be a man."
Imagine Gardevoir
It's
being a
like-
fire type and having rock throw.
That'd be
Oh,
lit.
Oh, God.
That'd be funny
just
and
like-
lit.
Regional variant of Gallade where it's like swapped with Gardevoir, so one's physical, one's special, and the other's swapped.
That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, actually, that'd be a cool idea for Pokemon to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ice
speaking of
type
Pokemon,
Rowlet.
no, go ahead. I'll tell after. I'm not gonna forget this. Trust me.
An ice type Growlite, a grass type Ghastly that still had Trick Room.
Aw.
That had Trick Room and
That's
Hidden
bad.
Power, which I kind
Did it
of
still have self-destruct though? That's the key I need.
No,
It's still got like
No.
base 90 speed, so it's just a hindrance.
How does a ghost
Ghastly
type
would
use
self-destruct.
self-destruct?
That'd be
Simple,
lit.
but
You can
so
think it'd
angry
be
that it's
funny
dead,
as
it's
hell.
Power.
I kind of find the concept of a Ghastly having both Solar Beam and Trick Room in the same moveset kind of terrifying.
Kind of.
I think it's lit to me.
I'm
That'd be
just-
hilarious as hell.
I'm still stuck on the idea of a Ghastly being able to use self-destruct. What's there to explode?
Why? It's good enough. Blow it up.
Blow up the nothingness that is its existence?
Well, Ghastly is a gas, so
I
like,
mean-
blows up something.
So we're basically making a stink bomb.
Yeah.
To be
So-
fair,
In Eddie
if
style.
a bear can explode itself, I'm pretty sure a ghost can.
Also, we had a Dark type Clefable that dodged everything you did.
Oh.
That sounds about right. That's not fair.
That doesn't
Hell
sound any
no.
different from the one in Gen 2 that what Whitney had.
But Whitney, man, fuck Whitney.
Yeah, her thing had minimized, if I remember correctly.
Ooh.
Oh, it did have
All my
minimize.
homies hate Frick. All my homies hate Whitney. I can't English.
All my homies
No,
hate anyone
just
who uses
English is
foundation.
too hard.
Absolutely.
I'll say this now. Milk Tank is what we call a tank. You went in there, you thought I got the conflatable, and then Milk Tank said, "You, what was that, son?" I was like, "Hold on. I'm a coward. Don't hurt me. I just want my Pokemon to leave." And then Bindy's like, "Oh, you chose violence today, didn't you?" I'm like, "No, I didn't. I didn't know."
Yes.
I can't relate because I chose Totodile as my starter, and I kept Rage. Also, I had the Macho from the trade early on, so I squashed her round 1.
I always, dude, I never squashed her. She always destroyed me no matter what I did. I'd be like, I'm 4 levels higher. How are you beating me? What am I smoking that you're beating me consistently?
What was your starter?
I usually always pick Totodile, but I usually didn't keep Rage because I'm like, nah, I'll have. You don't need that. You're not angry.
Rage is a secret. I knew like early on, like this move is busted because it just like increases your attack when you attack with it. It's good for in game. It's not good for actually fighting people because they can take advantage of that.
Yeah, well, you think I got rid of it, and I'm like, maybe I should. Maybe my dumb child brain didn't know. Dumb child brain. Why did you not develop into adult like now?
I get that, but like I knew early on the AI is stupid because I know I'll keep switching and it'll keep like using protect.
Okay, what were you gonna say, Ori?
Oh, I don't know.
No, he's a factory reset.
All right, let me go find his button.
And Windows shutdown dot MP4.
Why are you
the Windows shutdown sound effect? That was Stephen Hawking's final words.
Oh God!
Oh, I still hate the fact that someone made a meme of the Queen being in the back rooms after she passed away. Like, I'm here, and she's in the back rooms. So I was like, oh, come on.
I made a meme where she got isekai'd. I forget to where. I think it was Konosuba.
She won the gulag.
She won the gulag.
Yeah, that one too.
She keeps winning the gulag.
There was an AI.
Coolio couldn't beat her.
There was an AI art piece I saw where it was called Donald Trump in the back rooms.
You know, the sad part about this, and I wasn't even going to bring it up, there were fewer people upset that I apologize that we have a Brit Bong in here who's probably might still be upset about it, but fewer people were upset that the Queen of England died than Thurston the cat.
Well, to be fair, people like cats more than they like people.
That's fair.
You know what's hilarious though? I was watching a series on Biden and Skyrim.
Oh.
Yes, there's a series. I'll send it to you guys later if you want to watch.
Drop it in the chat whenever you get a chance.
It's Biden in Skyrim. I think it's like 4 episodes so far. And just imagine Joe Biden in Skyrim. And I'm just laughing the whole time. Just like, Biden's like, Roloff, you think you could... it's so dumb. But I love it because it feeds my little brain.
The sad part is Biden would trip his way up the staircase getting to the Dragon's Keep. Trump would become the richest man in the game.
You see, that's all fine and good, but I remember the good old days when Macho Man Randy Savage dragons were the best thing.
I love that. I love that. That was so hilarious the first time I saw it, and then it got immediately replaced in my mind with the one that made all dragons, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, that was just nightmare fuel.
Oh.
Do you want to know what the episodes are for this series?
What?
Please.
Joe Biden meets Putin in Skyrim.
Okay. Please drop the link to this in the Discord chat so we can look at it later.
Yes, please.
Putin got isekai'd into Skyrim after being sent to the gulag.
It wasn't Truck Coon, it was Plane Coon with all those stairs.
Yeah.
Plane Coon sent Biden.
Oh no! Oh no!
Plane Coon
Plane
Bison.
Son, what are you doing?
Oh god.
If
All
Plane
right.
Coon Bison isn't...
Let's stop
yeah,
this.
if Plane Coon isn't the title for this episode, I'm going to be upset.
Well, just like every other show title, I'm going to put it up to a poll and see what people say. But speaking of which, we're past the 2-hour mark officially. So does anyone else have anything to contribute, or should we end it here?
I have one more hot take.
Sure, go ahead and throw it in.
The The back rooms is an isekai. That is all.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Raven,
You're wrong.
Raven, stop it. Stop it now.
No,
Stop it.
don't stop him.
Just no.
He's exceeding
Stop
range
ahead of-
limit.
Why are you
No.
booing me? I'm right.
I don't care if you're right. Shut up, okay? I don't want to go to the back rooms and Clussy's there, the Queen of England, Coolio, and maybe
I'm
my
sorry,
homie
what was that first one?
Johnson.
Hey, maybe you'll run
Clumsy
into
video.
Over that. You can't just like rob banks and like go about your day like nothing happened. What the hell was that?
What the hell is
It's
Clumsy Coolio?
Hey, maybe you'll run into Betty White back there.
Betty White's there too.
Betty White would be a sight for sore eyes in the back rooms.
Tell me about
10
it.
bucks says Betty
White
White
in
and
the back
the Queen
rooms.
are like similar, like a Funny Valentine with his.
Norm
ability to
Macdonald will
himself.
be there. Holy shit. Norm Macdonald will be there.
Oh,
Betty
I'm like
boy.
having a
White
good
and the
time with Norm.
Betty White and the cast of Golden Girls would be there in the back rooms.
They would be
God.
waiting
But
for
the-
us at the finish
I
line.
have a legit question though.
They'd be
This
the
is a
final
question.
boss.
Let me get into here. If you get sent to the back rooms, do you go into your young self or like your prime self, or what you went when you left?
I think
I
it's
think when you
optional
left-
because in this scenario, I would assume it's like optional what you appear as. Because I know many like depictions of like the afterlife. It's like, oh, you get to just nip, or even like, I know different depictions of the afterlife. It's like, oh, you get to choose how you want to be viewed. But in isekai, it's like always randomized. It's either, oh, you go into this world either at your prime or the way that you died, or you end up in someone else's body, maybe a different body from like a
or
game
you're a
you played
baby.
recently. Yeah,
Or a
or you
different
get
species.
you get the Tanya treatment and get reincarnated as a child.
Or you.
Or
Or
the jobless.
Or
Yeah.
the sensei treatment where you get reincarnated as a sword. I'm watching that anime and I
Oh,
love
I
it.
heard about that one. That's depressing.
I want to be animated as a gun.
That would be funny, but like I
What-
feel like the
what-
story one's depressing because he just like, what are you gonna do if the person using you dies? God forbid. Like, what are you gonna do at that point?
You
There's
don't-
nothing. You
nothing.
can do, no one else can hear you.
What if-
Nothing at all.
What if you died and got reincarnated as the kitchen gun?
Oh my kitchen gun? What? Huh?
You don't know the kitchen gun meme?
Oh, I love.
No.
Know that?
Okay, drop the kitchen gun meme in the chat because I think we're about done here. We've gotten everything out of our system, I think.
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, we totally
Did we
have.
though? Did
Yep.
we?
Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
I
I
think
think we
I-
basically
let me
covered
let-
everything.
Maybe.
All right. Let me light my
I-
post podcast cigar.
Go right ahead.
There
I
we
originally,
Go right
I
ahead.
originally wanted to talk about one of the leaks for the Pokemon games, but I don't think that's a good idea considering this isn't a video, so it can't be like spoilered.
Yeah.
We will we'll fight you.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of people will.
Yeah, if it's like if it were a video, then I could like type it in chat and then it wouldn't show up on screen if it was edited like spoilers here. But since it's a live stream, I don't want to risk that. So yeah,
Right,
Don't
right.
risk it for the biscuit.
Not this time.
Don't risk it, man. No.
if anything, I'll talk about it after stream for anyone who's interested.
Sounds good. Well,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, this has been a phenomenal show. We've all had great fun, and it was our first cast ever live on Twitch, exclusively streamed on our own. That's a fantastic face to see on the way out the door. We stream this podcast on the first Friday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. We host it out of our Discord server, which is linked below, as well as our Guilded server that we're basically going to be keeping as a backup, but you're welcome to join it too, and it'll be re-uploaded to the YouTube channel right after. And I might even drop a link about it in Twitch. Got to cover all the social media, you know? But in the meantime, thank you everybody for showing up to watch. Thank you for everybody showing up to participate, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye
Bye, everybody.
Well.
See ya.
Well,
Except on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Except on Tuesdays.
Get a photo
By
out.
It's
the
a
way,
pain in the ass.